Hello there, I'm Lloyd Evans. Welcome to The Bunker. It's time for another voicemail. Today's voicemail is from an anonymous caller. Let's listen to what they have to say.
Hi Lloyd. So I just finished watching one of your videos on a convention. I think it was posted July 30, 2013, and it featured a talk on how Jehovah's Witnesses encourage their families to shun their disfellowshipped family members, and I just had to break down crying because I'm the wife of an elder and I just want to leave this religion, but I can't because if I do, it's going to affect him. He's very likely going to lose his privileges, and he doesn't want to leave the religion right now because of his own reasons. And I'm just so frustrated and so depressed. I just want to leave. I have written my letter of disassociation a million times and I haven't turned it in because I'm afraid of how it's going to affect him. Why would someone want to stay in a religion that they don't take you at your own merit? That if one of your family members decide they no longer want to be a part of the organization, that it has to affect you. It's the height of rubbish. I'm just so depressed and so frustrated. I don't know what to do. What do I do?
That's the message. Wow. I'm very sorry about your situation. It's clear that this is a very anxious situation that you're in. It's clear that it's very distressing for you. And first and foremost, I guess I'm concerned for your well-being, because it sounds like you're being put in an impossible situation that it's impossible for you to cope with. I mean, this voicemail was left a while back, so it's possible that since then the situation has improved. You might be watching this video now thinking, no, that was then, this is now. I'm in a better place. Maybe you're in the same situation, but you're just learning to tolerate it a bit better. So regardless of what situation you find yourself in now, I have to, as usual, I'm afraid, recommend, if you can, pursue counselling, depending on which country you're in. I realise that can be more complicated. If you can pursue professional help with navigating these issues, I would definitely advise that. That obviously trumps anything that I have to say. And any decisions you make, you need to make them yourself. I can't advise you on the steps forward, but I can offer my input. I can share what my thoughts are about your situation. It sounds very skewed in your husband's favour. It sounds like your husband is the one who is calling all the shots. You say, regarding leaving, you say, I can't. Well, you can leave. It's just that your husband's preventing you. And you also say, I'm afraid of how it's going to affect him. So his privileges, his position, his standing, that, at least at the time of this message, is taking priority over your well-being and your mental health. And that's not a healthy situation. That's not, I think, objectively speaking, that's a bad deal. That's a raw deal. And so what needs to happen, I would suggest, is there needs to be bundles of communication. There needs to be very frank conversations between you and your husband. And I know how traumatic it can be to wake up before your spouse and to be wondering what on earth's going to happen. Am I going to end up needing to get a divorce? I love this person, but am I going to have to leave them anyway, even though I love them, for my own well-being? These are really, really difficult thoughts and decisions to go through, it can be, well, it can be traumatic. It can be horrifying to contemplate being without someone that you love just because they refuse to even meet you halfway, you know? But ultimately, I think that's what needs to happen here. There needs to be compromise in this situation, or you may need to consider drastically recalibrating your life. I mean, if your life is becoming intolerable, if you're in a relationship where one side refuses to budge, refuses to compromise, refuses to meet you at halfway, are you truly in a marriage? Is this truly a partnership? Or is this you just going along with whatever you're told to do? So it would be nice if there were more of a partnership, more of a compromising nature to this relationship, rather than everything just conveniently going the way your husband needs it to go. Something needs to change there, or I can't see this ending well. And as traumatic as this situation is, I mean, in my own case, I'm pretty sure I went through something approaching a nervous breakdown when I was in this situation. So that's kind of the level to which I can relate to what you're going through. It was a deeply, deeply stressful thing to contemplate leaving someone who I loved and who I'd only recently married over a religious divide. So I get how stressful it is and how traumatizing this whole thing is. But ultimately, if your life is calibrated in a way that's making you miserable, recalibrate it. And sometimes that can involve drastic surgery. It can involve very long, painful periods of transition. It can involve heartache and pain. But ultimately, as long as you stay focused on where you need to go, basically, depending on how conversations go with your husband, I would be thinking, in order to be happy, where do I need to be and how do I get there? And no matter how painful that journey is, I know at the finish line, waiting for me, is this situation that's going to be a million times better than where I am now. So yeah, very, very difficult decision, very, very difficult situation. I'm sure so many people watching this video will relate to your situation. I relate to your situation. And the simple answer is only you know what to do in this situation. And again, it might be different by this point. Maybe there have already been those awkward, painful conversations, but there needs to be, I would suggest, some kind of budging on his side, some kind of compromise. It needs to be a partnership, doesn't it, when you're in a marriage? And that's not what you're describing. But that's all I really have to say. I do sympathise, and if you can update me on what's happening, I would appreciate it. Viewers, if you would like to leave a voicemail, the thing to do is go to speakpipe.com/Cedars, remembering to indicate clearly if you don't want me to broadcast your message on my channel. But that's all we have time for. Don't forget to subscribe to the Lloyd Evans channel for more such videos. And as always, thank you for watching.